Hey everyone, Hannah here from Sheet Leveler. Today I'm going to show you why Excel's VLOOKUP function works great, until suddenly it doesn't. But the XLOOKUP function? It works consistently, every single time. Let me demonstrate the critical differences between these two functions and why you should seriously consider making the switch. Download the practice file. Before we begin, I've created a practice workbook for you to download so you can follow along step by step. You'll find the download link in the description below this video. Just look for the Sheet Leveler website link. Make sure you grab that file, open it up, and work through these examples with me. Hands-on practice is the absolute best way to master these functions. And while you're down in the description, if you find this tutorial helpful and learn something new, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that like button. It helps other people discover these tutorials. And if you haven't already subscribed to Sheet Leveler, make sure you do that now, so you get notified every time I post a new Excel tutorial. Alright, let's dive into the comparison. The sample data. Inside the workbook I've created, you'll find a worksheet called Customer Orders. This contains a straightforward table with several columns: Order ID, customer name, email, and additional order information. Over on the right side of the worksheet, I've set up some demonstration areas where we're going to directly compare VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP side by side. Understanding VLOOKUP. Now, VLOOKUP has been part of Excel for a very long time. It's an extremely popular and widely used function, and for good reason. It's been the go-to solution for lookup operations for years. However, it does have some significant limitations that can cause problems. Let me show you what I mean. The purpose of any lookup function is to take a lookup value. For example, an order ID, match it against a column of order IDs in your data, and then return a corresponding value from that same row. For instance, let's say I want to find order ID 1009. And I want to discover who the customer is for that order. Building a VLOOKUP formula. I'll click into cell I4 and start building the formula. I'll type equals VLOOKUP, open parenthesis. Parameter 1, lookup value. The first thing VLOOKUP needs is the lookup value, the value we're searching for. I'll reference cell H4, comma. Parameter 2, table array. Next, it needs to know where to search. This is the table array. I'll select from A2 all the way down to F21. This captures the entire data table, comma. Parameter 3, column index number. Now comes something interesting, the column index number. VLOOKUP wants to know, once I find that lookup value of 1009, which column's value should I return? In this case, I want the customer name, which is the third column in my selected range. So I'll type 3, comma. Parameter 4. Range lookup. The final parameter asks whether I want an approximate match or an exact match. For this scenario, I want an exact match, so I'll type false, close parenthesis, press enter, and there we go. I can see the order ID I searched for, and the corresponding customer name has been returned. Let me verify this is correct by looking back at the data table. Yes, there's that order ID, and that's definitely the matching customer name. The VLOOKUP worked perfectly, building an XLOOKUP formula. Now let's look at XLOOKUP and see how it handles the exact same task. I'll move over to cell K4. The XLOOKUP function is relatively new to Excel. It's been available for just a few years now. Microsoft created it specifically to overcome the limitations that VLOOKUP has. Let me show you how it works. I'll type equals XLOOKUP, open parenthesis. Parameter 1, lookup value. Just like VLOOKUP, the first thing XLOOKUP needs is the lookup value. I'll reference cell J4, comma. Parameter 2, lookup array. Next, it needs the lookup array. Where should it search for that value? Here's the first major difference from VLOOKUP. Whereas VLOOKUP required me to select the entire table, XLOOKUP only needs the specific column that contains the values I'm searching through. I'll select just the order ID column, A2 to A21, parameter 3, return array. Next is the return array. Once XLOOKUP finds the matching order ID, which column's value should it return? I want the customer name, so I'll select column C, C2 to C21, parameter 4, if not found. This parameter lets me specify what to display if the lookup value isn't found. I'll just use empty quotes. That's 2 quotation marks right next to each other with nothing between them, Parameter 5, match mode. This parameter defines how to search. I want an exact match, so I'll type 0, close parenthesis, press enter, and there's the customer name. Notice that XLOOKUP gave me the exact same result as VLOOKUP, but it uses a fundamentally different approach to searching and returning values. Train, where VLOOKUP breaks down. Here's where things get interesting, and where VLOOKUP's limitations become painfully obvious. VLOOKUP has a critical weakness. It relies on searching through a table array, and specifically, it always looks for the lookup value in the first column of that selected range. Let me demonstrate what happens when columns get rearranged, something that happens frequently in real-world spreadsheets. The column movement test. What if order ID isn't at the beginning of the table? Or what if someone moves it? Let me simulate this. I'll select the entire order ID column by clicking on the column A header. Then I'll cut it using Ctrl+X. Now I'll click on column E and do Ctrl+ to insert the cut column there. Look what just happened to my VLOOKUP formula. It now shows a RNA error. The formula broke completely. Why did this happen? Even though I moved the order ID column, the VLOOKUP is still searching in column A for the lookup value. But order ID isn't in column A anymore. It's now all the way over in column E. VLOOKUP has a fundamental requirement. The lookup value must be in the leftmost column of your selected range, and it can only return values from columns to the right of that lookup column. If your data structure changes, VLOOKUP fails. But look at the XLOOKUP result. It still shows the correct customer name. It's still working perfectly. Why? Because XLOOKUP treats the lookup column and the return column as 2 completely separate independent ranges. It doesn't matter where those columns are positioned within the overall table, or what order they're in. XLOOKUP will continue to work because I explicitly told it, search in this specific column, return values from this other specific column. This is a massive advantage in real-world scenarios where data structures change, columns get moved around, or you need to search in a column that's not on the left side of your table. Advanced Feature 1. Searching in reverse. Let me show you another powerful capability that XLOOKUP has, but VLOOKUP doesn't. The scenario. Back in my exercise file, I have a section where I've entered a customer name, and I want to find the most recent order for that specific customer. Looking at my data table, I can see the customer name column. Let me search for a specific customer. I can see this customer appears in the list multiple times. I also have an order date column, and importantly, this data is sorted in ascending order with the most recent orders at the bottom of the list. The VLOOKUP limitation. If I were to use VLOOKUP to find this customer and return their order date, it would return the first instance it encounters, which would be their oldest order, not their most recent one. That's not what I need. I want to find this customer, yes, but I specifically want their most recent order, the one at the bottom of the list. Building XLOOKUP with reverse search. Let me show you how XLOOKUP overcomes this limitation. I'll click into cell I8. I'll type equals XLOOKUP, open parenthesis. Lookup value. What am I searching for? I'll reference cell H8, which contains the customer name, Lookup array, where is it searching? I'll select the customer name column, B2 to B21, Return array. What should it return? I want the order date, so I'll select column E, E2 to E21, comma. If not found? If the customer isn't found, what should display? I'll use empty quotes again. Just 2 quotation marks together, comma. Match mode. I want an exact match, so 0, comma. Search mode. Now here's where it gets really interesting. This final parameter controls how XLOOKUP searches through the data. Do I want to search first to last, starting at the top, and searching downward until it finds a match? Or do I want to search last to first, starting at the bottom and moving upward? I'm going to type -1. This tells XLOOKUP to start at the bottom and search upward, which means it will find the most recent order first, close parenthesis. Press enter and look at that. I got the most recent order date for this customer. Let me change the customer name to someone else to verify this works dynamically. I'll enter a different name here. Perfect. It immediately returns that customer's most recent order. This is all possible because XLOOKUP allows you to control search direction, top to bottom or bottom to top. VLOOKUP can only search top to bottom, always returning the first match it encounters. Advanced feature 2. Returning multiple columns. There's one more incredible feature I need to show you that really pushes XLOOKUP far beyond what VLOOKUP can do. This is going to be quick but powerful. The setup. I'm back in the same exercise file with my calculation that returns the most recent order for a specific customer. Currently, I'm only returning the order date. But what if I don't just want the order date or Zeit? What if I want both the order date and the order amount? Expanding the return array. Here's how simple this is with XLOOKUP. In my formula, look at the return array parameter. I currently have column E selected, E2 to E21, which is the order date. The order amount is right next door in column F. So I'm simply going to modify the return array to include both columns. I'll change it to E2 to F21. That's it. I'm telling XLOOKUP, when you find the matching customer, return the values from both of these columns. Press enter, and boom. I now get both the order date and the order amount displayed in adjacent cells. Let me change the customer name to verify this works. I'll enter a different customer name, and instantly both the date and amount update. Why this matters. I can return multiple values from the same record using XLOOKUP, something that VLOOKUP absolutely cannot do. VLOOKUP can only ever return a single column's value. If you needed multiple values with VLOOKUP, you'd have to write multiple separate VLOOKUP formulas, which is inefficient and prone to errors. With XLOOKUP, one formula can return as many columns as you need from the matching row. Your turn to practice. So here's my recommendation. Kick VLOOKUP to the curb. It's time to move on and start using XLOOKUP exclusively. It overcomes every single limitation that VLOOKUP has, and once you get comfortable with the syntax, you'll never want to go back. Make sure you've downloaded the practice file from the description below, open it up, and work through all these examples yourself. Thanks so much for watching this tutorial. I really hope you found it helpful, and that you now understand why XLOOKUP is such a massive improvement over VLOOKUP. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow and helps other people discover these tutorials. If you haven't already subscribed to Sheet Leveler, make sure you do that now, so you get notified about every new Excel tutorial I post each week. I'm constantly creating new content to help you level up your Excel skills. Until next time, this is Hannah from Sheet Leveler. Keep leveling up those spreadsheet skills, and I'll see you in the next video.